Today we had our statewide meeting called the Louisiana Alternative Fuels Conference and Expo, and we just finished up with the first ever Louisiana Clean Fuel Leader Awards, where we honored leaders in alternative fuel usage and conversions in the state of Louisiana.
It's really all about the future. It's the Alternative Fuels Conference, and some awards were given out to municipalities and businesses that have been very proactive in finding uses for alternative fuels, and it's the future. It's what this is going to look like in the transportation industry in the days ahead.
We go out to stations, we go to the fleets, and we ask them how much fuel are you using, what fuel are you using, what type of vehicles are you putting it in, and we measure the petroleum reductions and the greenhouse gas emission reductions. And what we did this year is we analyzed our data from the people who entered, gave us their information, and we came up with some awards. We have Fleet of the Year, Municipality of the Year, and Innovative Project of the Year. Innovative Project of the Year is a discretionary award based off of our own personal choice, and the other two are purely by the numbers. So someone you haven't met yet today is Matt Sutherland. He is our board president. This is his first term as president of the board for Louisiana Clean Fuels, and this is also my first year as executive director, so I think we make a great new team. We're going to be doing some great things here in the state. And I would like to go ahead and introduce you to Matt so he can then introduce our panel.
My name is Matt Sutherland. I'm the president of Louisiana Clean Fuels. I also have a day job as director of commercial at Stubb Corporation here in Baton Rouge. To echo what Kurt and Randy and April and Clarence and Tom and Ruben all said today, and others have noted, the tax incentives in Louisiana have made it so that we're really poised here in this state to continue to do great things. And as the second largest producer of natural gas and natural gas liquids in the country, we're really leading the charge nationally to become we're really leading the charge nationally to become energy independent and really putting the state of Louisiana first in this effort. With that being said, I'm excited to have the opportunity to introduce our Master of Ceremonies, Lieutenant Governor Darden. Jay Darden was reelected to a 4-year term as Louisiana's Lieutenant Governor in October of 2011. He previously served 4 years as Secretary of State, 15 years as State Senator, and 3 years as Baton Rouge Metro Councilman. As Lieutenant Governor, he heads the Department of Culture, Recreation, and Tourism, which includes state parks, the state museum system, the state library, the arts, the Seafood Promotion and Marketing Board, and Volunteer Louisiana. He has received numerous national leadership awards, including the Public Leadership for Arts Award. Most recently, he's been recognized by the Louisiana Trust for Historic Preservation, the Louisiana Association of Museums, and Louisiana Public Broadcasting. He's an active community leader, having hosted the Jerry Lewis Telethon for the Muscular Dystrophy Association for more than 30 years. And Lieutenant Governor Darden conducts many special presentations about Louisiana, including Why Louisiana Ain't Mississippi, a lively and colorful look at Louisiana's culture, history, music, literature, and politics. He's an attorney and graduate of Baton Rouge High School and Louisiana State University and LSU Law Center. Please welcome Lieutenant Governor Jay Darden.
Well, thank you, Matt, and let me congratulate and thank all of you for your role in this program today. I want to personally just make a couple of remarks, particularly about what you're doing with Louisiana Alternative Fuels and the whole conference, giving these awards. I mean, this is really a visionary thing for Louisiana that does not get the attention that it deserves. And I know the commissioner, I've had this discussion because he's been very proactive in this area, and we've looked at this, and I've told our staff I was very anxious to try to join this program as well with our fleet. Louisiana State Park System, and as soon as we are in a position where we feel like we'll be able to make sure we get an adequate fuel supply, it's something I hope we're going to be able to accomplish in the course of the next couple of years. I also never miss an opportunity, particularly if clean is involved in the description of the title, to mention a couple of other things, because not only are you being very proactive and visionary in this area, there's some great clean things happening in Louisiana that we all need to be cognizant of. And I always seize the moment to be able to talk about tourism in Louisiana and recognize that it is truly a clean industry, as is the motion picture industry, two of our great revenue producers for the state of Louisiana. And those are the type of efforts that we really need to salute and recognize. The folks all across the state in the tourism industry had the biggest year ever in our history last year. 27.3 million people visiting Louisiana, spending $10.8 billion and leaving behind $807 million in taxes that you're not paying and nobody in Louisiana is paying, visitors to our state are paying. So that qualifies, in my view, as very much of an industry and one that is generating dollars and jobs for the state of Louisiana. And likewise, the motion picture industry is doing the same thing. It's a relatively new industry, but Louisiana has literally displaced Hollywood as the place to be for making major motion pictures. More major films were shot here in Louisiana last year than in Hollywood. And the projections are great. Even here in Baton Rouge, filming has begun for the Fantastic Four. Other great movies are coming to be made here. And so, again, emphasis on clean, things that are really not hurting the environment in any manner whatsoever and creating jobs for Louisianians. And finally, I don't ever miss a chance to tell you that what we really need is a clean Louisiana. We need to be cognizant of the litter problem that we face in Louisiana. And we have agencies and organizations that are working on that every day, but it is painful to see the amount of litter that we see on the sides of highways and byways in Louisiana and also in waterways of Louisiana. We're the sportsman's paradise and a beautiful state, and we all need to be very cognizant of assisting Keep Louisiana Beautiful, other organizations, some of whom are represented in this effort today, who are cognizant of the need to keep Louisiana clean. So since the theme is clean, I mention those things to you as well, and again congratulate this organization on what it's doing and the various vendors who are here as part of the Expo, and particularly all of you who are being recognized and congratulated, singled out for your efforts. And I'm pleased to be joined by Commissioner Mike Strain, who I'll introduce in just a moment, to present some of these awards. And as I say, he has really been a proactive leader in efforts just like this and in efforts to streamline his pretty extensive fleet to make sure that they're more efficient. So on with the awards, and I am going to present the first award. April Dents of Trillium was going to be here, but she had to leave earlier, I believe, so I'm going to step in for her to recognize the Fleet of the Year. And the Fleet of the Year award recipient is Eagle Distributors. Accepting the award will be Bobby Nichols, who is chairman of Eagle. Eagle reduced 63 tons of greenhouse gases by utilizing 28 heavy and light-duty compressed natural vehicles in 2013. The service fleet of 79 vehicles are being converted to CNG over the course of the next 4 years. Eagle Distributing is a family-owned business. It sells and distributes beer and non-alcoholic drinks in 10 parishes of northwest Louisiana, and it's working with Ryder Truck Leasing to complete the CNG Fleet Improvement Program. So our first award winner for Fleet of the Year is Eagle Distributors.
Lieutenant Governor here, I want to thank you for being here. You have supported this organization and the state of Louisiana with a lot of effort over the years, and will continue to take us hopefully where other people will notice more of Louisiana. The Clean Cities organization, we want to thank them, and as you heard earlier from Shreveport-Bossier with our mayor being here, that we're trying to be a leader in the state, and we appreciate this recognition. But I also have to ask or give a compliment to Ryder Trucks, who was our partner in helping us transition all of these trucks within this 1 year period. That was a chore that we could not have done if we didn't have Ryder helping us out. So thank you very much.
Next, I will present the Municipality of the Year Award, and no surprise, particularly based on the comments you just heard from Bobby, the winner is the city of Shreveport. I understand the mayor was here earlier. I'm sorry we didn't get to see Cedric earlier today, but accepting the award is going to be Gene Eddy of Sportran, which is Shreveport's transit company. Shreveport reduced 398 tons of greenhouse gases by utilizing compressed natural gas in their refuse trucks and transit buses in 2013. A great accomplishment, and the city of Shreveport is really leading the way in a lot of efforts, and it's great to see them be doing so in this effort as well. So, Gene? Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. What you have to say?
This is totally unexpected, but I have a few notes here to help me since I don't have a real long-term working memory. But thanks to Louisiana Clean Cities, and thank you, Governor, for being here. And thank you for this award. We are going to timeshare it with the mayor's office at Sportran. He will have it half the time. I'll be thinking maybe alternate weeks will be fine. Converting operations from diesel-based to CNG is a challenge, but we're proud at Sportran of the money we're saving the city. We're proud of the reduced exhaust emissions we're putting into the atmosphere, and we're proud of lessening our dependence on foreign petroleum products. I want to mention something that was very important to us at Sportran as we studied the problem of whether to convert to CNG or not. And Rebecca brought up something this morning is networking. And networking with others that went through this process was extremely important to us. We had a lot of field trips. We did a lot of conference calls. We did a lot of idea stealing where we could. And this helped us make a decision that we felt good about, and we felt that we could support, that our employees could support, that the city could support. And looking back, that networking was key in making this decision. I want to again credit Louisiana Clean Fuels with promoting this networking. And the Governor, thank you for your part as well. And I appreciate the job you're doing. And sitting here watching all this unfold, it takes me out of my day-to-day role as a general manager and CEO of Sportran. And it's nice to see these things coming together. Thank you.
Now, next, for the innovative project of the year, I'm really delighted to introduce you to Commissioner Mike Strain, the Commissioner of Agriculture. Mike and I served together in the legislature, and he has done an outstanding job of facing some very serious challenges within this department and really turning it around on a dime, and very cognizant of the type of recognitions that we're talking about today. It's appropriate for him to award the Innovative Project of the Year award because he's been just that, an innovator in this department, and the Department of Agriculture is in very good hands, as are the people of Louisiana and those in that community. So, Commissioner, if you'll come forward to present the Innovative Project of the Year.
Jay and I have been friends a long time, you know, and we served in the legislature together. But, you know, in our lifetime, we've seen a lot of change. You know, in the turn of the century, almost everything was reusable. Very little was disposable. And then we all came through a time period, this country, where it seemed like everything was being made what? Disposable. So this morning, and I apologize for not having a tie, but I was actually out on the dairy farms looking at how we can use that biomass and some of that solid waste management, turn that into energy and find innovative ways to do that, a cleaner environment, but also a more profitable environment. And you're right, when I first got to the department, when I saw our fuel bill, I almost died. It's $14,000 a day, every day, even Sundays. And so we started looking at alternative ways, and first of all, we bought more efficient vehicles. Then a gentleman, his name is Fred Scall, came by and said, look, we can turn you on to some CNG. So we have some Fords and some Chryslers. And if you ever saw the guy with the Stetson driving the little green Chevy Volt, right, the little electric car, that was me. Boy, that is just incredible. Looking at alternative ways. And so, you know, when I go and I look at biomass, when I go down to the city dump and I just stare at it, they say, well, are you looking at runoff? No. So what are you looking at? Think about all what is in there. I said, one day, our grandchildren will be using that, mining that dump. And so today, this is very exciting to me, the St. Landry Waste Disposal District, the Innovative Project of the Year. So St. Landry Parish has made their waste work by implementing a progressive bio-CNG system that can produce 250 gallons of gasoline equivalent of compressed natural gas per day at less than half the cost of gasoline. The biogas-based fuel is used to power St. Landry Parish Sheriff's Office cars, light-duty trucks and a van, and the solid waste district utility trucks. As part of the project, the Sheriff's Department is committed to convert now 12 of its vehicles to biofuel and add a passenger van solely fueled on CNG. That's exciting. So when you look at what we can harvest, just the beginning is natural gas. And then one day we'll be back in there for the rest of the biological components, those complicated hydrocarbons, the glass, the plastics, the metal. So when you see, that's going to be a treasure trove in the future. But now, the CNG. So I want to invite up Katry Martin. Did I get that right? Come on up, Katry. Come on up to accept this award on behalf of St. Landry Parish.
Again, we're truly humbled. Thank you, Commissioner, Lieutenant Governor, the people here with Clean Fuels. We hope in some small way we might inspire others in the waste industry at this level to do much the same. We never dreamed that we'd be recognized for mining the waste, so to speak, but we're really happy to have done so, and thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Congratulations.
And finally, we're going to award several companies and fleets that have led the way in alternative fuels. And Ann Shaneyfelt, the Executive Director of Louisiana Clean Fuels, who you already know and has been hanging around all day, is going to present these final awards. Ann?
The first one we have is Entergy. Robert, if you can come up and receive this one. Atmos Energy. Please come up. We'll get a picture of all of you. And Centerpoint. These three organizations have made it possible for us to have events like this. They were instrumental in getting a natural gas task force formed where we are moving ahead in planning infrastructure for natural gas fleets all across the state, and each one of them has been invaluable.
Why is this important?
It's a cleaner burning fuel. And second is it's a domestic fuel. It's a domestic source. So we're supporting Louisiana because a lot of these are, Louisiana fuels. They're domestically sourced, and we don't have to go overseas and bring it in. And the third is save money. And fuels are able to save money on their fuel costs. The fleets are, and it's a win-win all the way around.
Why should people care about alternative fuels?
Well, obviously they burn cleaner, and that's one of the main reasons. In Louisiana, we're also real pleased with it because we've got such an abundance of natural gas, and converting natural gas to compressed natural gas, and it's going to be converted to liquid natural gas and others to export out of the country. It's a great asset for Louisiana, and its use in CNG is really cost-saving and clean and more efficient.
How popular is CNG in the state right now?
Well, it's getting there. It's not as popular, as well known as it really needs to be yet, but efforts like this are really going to help us get there, and the ability to have more fueling stations around the state so that it's convenient and easy for people. We're a society that's very used to instant gratification and convenience, and when it becomes even more convenient to use CNG or even electric cars, there are going to be more people who'll be moving toward doing that. And the state and these organizations are very involved in helping sustain this program right now so that it can continue to grow.
The next steps is we need to shore up our infrastructure. We need to make sure that fleets around the state are able to travel freely without having to have range anxiety and worry about where the next alternative fuel station is. And we're holding meetings, and we're having planning meetings and task forces to look at these issues and make sure that we have fueling where the fleets need it.
I know what this organization is going to do, and it's going to continue its efforts like this conference to encourage private businesses and municipalities and government to look at ways that they can be involved in this. For example, we've looked at it in our office. We have the Office of State Parks under the Department of Culture, Recreation, and Tourism, and one of my goals is to try and see if we can get our fleet converted to CNG, and we're getting there, but it's not an inexpensive proposition right now, so we're taking slow steps, but we're seriously looking at it, and I think other government entities will do so as well.
Where can people go for more information?
You can go to louisianacleanfuels.org.